So let's take a look at how we can end up manipulating the DOM. I've got some data here. Maybe this is going to be a collection of numbers, some of which are going to be lucky. And what we can do over here is let's first grab our list, and I'm going to get it, again, by using my query selector. But here, again, these just work the same as selecting by CSS selectors. I'm going to grab list. And all I'm going to end up doing over here is I'm going to map over, I'm going to use for each, and I'll say data for each, and this is going to be, let's just call it item. Can never find a good singular for data. And just to do this, see if we're on the right track. Let's do that, and these are our two items. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create, I'm going to put a const here, and I'm going to say li, which is going to be a list item, and I'm going to say document.createElement, li. So this is actually an element, but it doesn't show up in the DOM at all because I'm not adding it anywhere. If I was to go over here and specify, hey, list, I want to append this li, I could do that, and I'll see two dots here for my two lucky numbers. But one of the things that I might want to do here is that I might want to, create maybe a span. And within that span, I might want to set the inner HTML to the item dot value. And I might want to take my list item and append my span. So I could end up building out a fairly complex structure. I'm not sure I would end up calling this complex. Let's just put in an E here to get the correct spelling. Right, so now I've got my two lucky numbers here. So the point is that I've got the ability to not only modify existing DOM elements, but also to, by changing their class name, but I could also insert DOM elements here as well. And you could insert, you could end up removing them, you could end up changing properties as well. And if I was to go over here and, maybe say, okay, if you are, if list item, if item lucky, let's call it is lucky. Makes it feel a little bit more like a Boolean. We could say if item is lucky, then we could add a class name to it and say li class name is equal to lucky. And maybe let's just make sure that this doesn't break anything. And then if we did that, we could go and put a style tag here and specify that if you are lucky, you get a background color of red. And let's just make sure we have this. Let's start off with color. That's actually because I called it luck. So we'll say background color. And let's just give this one more shot here. So we've got lucky. Let's make sure that it's on here as being lucky. Doesn't look like it because, again, my spelling is killing me today. And here we can see that our background color ends up being red. So you have the ability to loop over items and to add them however you want to add them based upon what the properties of the items are.